This right here is a 2004 Volkswagen Golf R32 with the VR6 engine. That's a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated beast. This thing is fully stock, minus the fact that I tinted the headlights. Now, one issue I have with this car is that I owned the same model, but silver in America, and it sounded aggressive. Like you could hear every single cylinder from that exhaust. It was perfectly tuned. But because this one was purchased in Europe, the exhaust sounds like shit because they have noise ordinances. So what I plan on doing today is a mod on the exhaust because there's a vacuum actuator that opens and closes a flap. I heard, not confirmed, that this will make it much louder, sounding like the US spec. If not, I'll take off the whole exhaust and do Miltech from the cat back. So now that we've got the car jacked up, we can check out what we're working with. All right, so what we're working with here is this vacuum actuator. What I've done is unplug the vacuum line and plugged it with a screw. And they say to just tuck this away somewhere or zip tie it away. Now, this actuator, it has a tendency to rust and shut. So it should freely move back and forth horizontally like this, but it doesn't. So what they recommended on forums was to spray it with some WD-40 penetrant, loosen up the rust, let it sit, and then try to jiggle it. When I did that, I ended up snapping the welds when I jiggled it. So that means it was completely rusted. Now the issue with this is this actuator right here holds this lever that's broken off. And that lever opens and closes that exhaust flap. Now we're probably not gonna be able to see the exhaust flap from here. Actually, I'm a retard because normally the exhaust flap is here. This one is inside of here. So the only way to see if it's working is to cut it open and peek inside. So I just need to figure out which way is closed and which way is open. And I think if I can manually set it, it might be in the open position. What I think I'm gonna do first though, so that I don't get the rattling from that broken piece, is remove that vacuum actuator entirely with these bolts right here. If you don't know what size the screw is, grab all of your wrenches that are close to that size. What I think I'm gonna need to do is actually drop the exhaust off of the hanger. So I need a little bit of lube to loosen it up and pry it off with these screwdrivers because I don't have an exhaust hanger tool. So what that's done is given me a little bit more room to get in there, even if it's just an inch or two. What I could even do is detach this hanger as well, which will give me even more room. Booyah. Now, to not stress the exhaust too much, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prop something under it so that it's not sagging all of its weight on it. I don't want it to crack. Exhaust has a tendency to rust. So we got to look for something. Dog food to the rescue. So what I'm going to do is use this camera right here, get a better angle of what we're dealing with. Because I can't see from the top. All right, so here is the actuator. As you can see, after the WD-40 sat for a bit, it's actually working. You hear that vacuuming? But because I broke the top part off, now I need to see what the hell is going on here. As you can see, is severely rusted. So I got two of the screws out, but one of them is impossible to unscrew because the actuator rod is just in the way. So here is one end, and then on the top is the rod. So there's like no way to ratchet anything. Fuck, I think I might just need to cut it off with an angle grinder because that's gonna rattle, dude. Fuck it. When you're cutting shit, safety first. So basically, this is the actuator right here. And as you can see, you can turn it to open or close. Now, I don't know which one's open and which one's closed, so we're just gonna have to test it by starting the car. So you guys just heard both versions. Both of them suck. There's a lot of rattling. I need to replace the entire exhaust, probably from the muffler back, if not from the cat back. I gotta go be dad, play with the kid, put some more penetrant on it, let it sit, and see if it happens to work tomorrow. All right, as you can see, the exhaust is out. I had to resort to breaking off the bolts because I figured since they're so incredibly rusted, completely corroded, this was completely locked on. I just took a breaker bar and hammed it and broke it off because these bolts I can probably replace for a couple of bucks. And this coupling holds the front of the exhaust to the back of the exhaust. As you can see right there, we have the midsection of the car, the resonator, and then the muffler with the two tips. So what I've gone ahead and done is ordered the Scorpion exhaust system. It's about $1,000 from here to there, but it comes with everything. And the hangers are in the right place. So all I'm gonna do is use this, get 2 new bolts and 2 new nuts, and it's gonna be good to go. But what I'd like to show you is how it sounds, because it's incredible. Basically how it would sound if it was a straight pipe. So yeah, as you can see, it's incredibly aggressive because it's a 6-cylinder engine. I'll do part 2 when the new exhaust comes in.